Howdo. Quick video for you today. We're just going to go through how to fix a Rattly Truss Rod. The Silvertone neck that we're working on. That metallic sound is the rod rattling around in its slot. Even if we snug it up, which then puts the rod into a backbone, which we don't want, it's still there. Not as bad, but it's still there. And if we leave the rod in a backbow and we try and fret it, it's going to put it into more of a backbow and it's going to cause me an issue down the road. So while we've got the frets out, we'll address the problem. There's a couple of ways to skin the cat with fixing a Rattly Truss Rod. I've done it with pulling fret dots, just drilling them out, pull them out the way, drill down through till you hit the truss rod, then inject whatever you're going to put in there. Do that a few times, put them back in, touch it up. Or you can pull the frets, drill down, do the same thing, reinstall the fret. Whichever works better for the guitar you're working on. As we haven't got frets in this, I'm just going to drill down through the fret slot and do it that way. Right, what to use? I got turned on to using copy decks and just water this down a little bit, and then it will flow in and bind around the truss rod, but it stays flexible, which is the main thing you want. When you make a new neck, you can wrap it in PTFE tape, you can silicone it in the slot, all these bits and pieces that stop it from rattling and making any noise. In theory, you should have a good fit and it doesn't make any noise anyway, but you can just do a couple of little bits just to make sure you don't have a problem. I like using this now. I've done it a bunch of times with this. Before that I was just using thin down rubber cement with a bit of naphtha. But I prefer this. So let's bring you in a bit closer. I'll stop waffling and we'll get on and fix this. Right then. The rod does make quite a lot of noise, so we're going to drill through in a few different places and inject some Copydex mixture into the slot and see if we can get it to quieten down. You don't need to worry about trying to inject it from the truss rod end. You can, I've seen a few dudes do it, but you also run the risk of getting it all over the truss rod, the threads at the top, the nut, all that sort of stuff, and it shouldn't give you a problem, but why give yourself a headache, is my kind of thinking to it. So we're just going to drill some holes, smack down the middle, and see what we can get done. I'm going to put this in time lapse because you don't need to see me drilling a bunch of holes. It's slow and dull, isn't it? Then we'll go through the rest of it. Right. When I drilled the hole for the, what fret's that? 14th fret, I felt it drop. Each one of these, like you don't just bang through it so you drill it into the truss rod. You can sort of feel as it goes through and like hits it, and then stop. These two, it drops straight in, so I'm thinking the truss rod ends about here and there's just an expansive slot behind it, which might be why it's so loose and rattly. So it might end up taking quite a lot of this to get it to quieten down. But let's knock some of this up. Right. For this, throw all the messy shit on the top. It's fairly runny anyway, but it won't flow in this consistency. So just add a little bit of water, not masses. You kind of want like single cream consistency, if that makes sense to people. You want it so it flows nicely, but you haven't watered it down too much. Right. Top tip, if you need a precision pipette, take yourself a lighter when it works, heat the pipette so it starts to melt, and then pull it out ever so slightly. Blow on it and hold it in place. Pair of scissors, chop the end off. Now you've got yourself a little detail pipette, which is super handy for CA glue and stuff like that. And if you buy the little 2mm ones, you're not wasting loads of CA and everything. So just suck up a bit, pop it in the hole. And just give it a squeeze. Eventually you'll start to see it like not suck or not flowing anymore, so it's kind of just reaching its point. But you can see the joy of the copy deck stuff as well, as it wipes off really easily. Like the cleanups, you know, as simple as that. And it's easy to cut out the fret slots. I think after about 5 pipettes full, this bit down here has finally stopped taking some. I could be wrong. It has been known to happen from time to time. I'm guessing that's where our problem comes from then. There's a big old void at the bottom of the slot. It's just rattling around in there. Right, all these have stopped taking any more of our mixture. This bottom one's still taking a little bit. I think that might be at full. Is that as much as it's going to take? I think that's as much as is going in there. Yeah, right. Quick clean up. We'll let that go off, and I'll pick this back up, and we'll see if it's cured it, or if we've got to drill out some more holes and give it a bit more. But I'll hit you back in a minute. Right, stick a fork in it. We're done. Off camera, I manipulated the truss rod, just moving it around a bit. Just to get it to flow in as well best as I could. Went through, put some more mixture in it, repeated a few times. Normally when you do this, a couple of 3M pipettes and you're done. This took loads. I'm guessing if I took the board off, there's a huge channel sat underneath there. But yeah, it's full, no more noise, so we're done. Hope that helps someone. Quick little tip, and then I can move on to painting it with the rest of the project.